The Maya, Part 1. Traces of the legendary Maya civilization still exist today, as do the mysteries they left behind. The Maya were very advanced, with an incredible understanding of mathematics, astronomy, architecture, and art. Then one day, the Maya civilization mysteriously started to decline for reasons that are still unknown, and eventually disappeared altogether.
So, who were the Maya, really? To find out, we have to travel to the jungles and plateaus of Mesoamerica to understand that behind the word Maya, there wasn't just one single people, but many cities, governments, and cultures connected to each other.
The Maya civilization was in reality a series of many different peoples that occupied lands in today's Guatemala, Honduras, Belize, and the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. We call them Maya because they shared the same language, the same calendar, and the same religion. But each city had its own government and its own wealth. The Maya were organized into city-states and were never an empire governed by a central capital city.
Ah, just like in ancient Greece.
That's right. What's more, the Maya and
Think about it for a second. While Athens and Sparta were flourishing in Europe, on the other side of the ocean, extraordinary cities were growing too.
the ancient Greeks had other things in common. The first Mayan cities were built around the year 400 BC, which was the same time that Athens and Sparta were shining brightly in ancient Greece. And interestingly, the Greeks and the Maya did not know about each other, because nobody had yet crossed the Atlantic Ocean. It would be another 2,000 years before anyone dared to attempt crossing such great distances. The peoples of the Americas and Europe didn't even know the other existed. Olmec influence. The region inhabited by the Maya was formed by plateaus that were watered by abundant rain coming from the Atlantic on one side and the Pacific on the other. The land was wet and crossed by many freshwater rivers.
It's easy to grow corn here, raise livestock, and collect fruit from the jungle.
The climate certainly helped them, but not everything was easy for the Maya, because they hadn't invented the wheel and didn't have animals to plow the land and carry things. So humans did everything, which was a lot of work. The Maya civilization was born out of an even older one. Many years earlier, the Olmecs lived in the same territory. It is believed that the Olmecs were the mother civilization of all Mesoamerican cultures. The Olmecs reached their peak around the year 700 BC. At that time, small Mayan tribes were emerging and adopting the Olmecs' knowledge of temple construction, calendars, and writing. The Maya also inherited many religious practices and rituals from the Olmecs, including the worship of the jaguar. Because of its strength and agility, the jaguar was related to the power of the king and was considered a sacred animal.
How many things that we think are new today might have actually started centuries ago? If you like these stories where archaeology, mystery, and lost civilizations blend together, subscribe to Astrolab now, because with the Maya, we're just entering the jungle, and their most incredible discoveries are still to come.
Temples and cities. Evidence of the ancient Maya remained hidden from modern civilization for centuries, buried beneath thick tropical vegetation. It wasn't until very recently that some explorers and archaeologists began to discover the incredible ruins of ancient Mayan cities. These finds surprised the world and helped us to learn even more about one of the most complex and refined cultures in America. All these cities were similar. Each city had a great square where their most important buildings were erected: the pyramids. These were great temples whose peaks served as the setting for ritual sacrifice ceremonies. The people gathered below in the main square and actively participated in these ceremonies by singing, dancing, and imploring their gods to accept their sacrifices. The Maya were very religious and believed that everything that happened was decided upon by the gods. For this reason, they built enormous temples in which they performed rituals honoring their gods. The main pyramid in the city of Tikal measures over 70 meters in height and was as high as a 10-story building. The Maya built as close to the gods in the sky as they could. The pyramids reached such heights in a very strange manner. Every time a king died, the architects ordered the building of another layer over an existing pyramid. In this way, layer by layer, the pyramid slowly grew. The Mayan priests and governors lived around the temples. Further away were the military chiefs, and even further out lived the traders and artisans. Outside the city, near the fields of crops, were the farmers and slaves, whose work supported the entire society.
Imagine being one of those explorers, pushing through trees and vegetation for days, and suddenly discovering a gigantic pyramid hidden there for centuries. What would be the first thing you'd do? Climb it, investigate, or run away. The Maya built cities in the middle of the jungle and constructed temples to get closer to their gods. But some of their greatest achievements weren't made of stone. They were in the numbers, in their writing, and above all, in the sky. Because when the Maya looked at the stars, they saw things that still surprise us today. And we're going to discover that in the next part.
Who are these carved men in stone? Why are those others at their feet wearing masks? What mysteries are hidden behind these symbols the Maya carved so long ago? Mayan artists spent a great deal of time immortalizing great moments of their history. These frescoes depict valiant Mayan warriors in triumph, overcoming their enemies. Despite its brilliance, the Maya civilization came to a sudden and puzzling end. Around the year 900 AD, all of their cities were mysteriously abandoned. Some of the Mayan people went deep into the jungle, while others traveled to the Yucatan, where they created new cities, such as Chichen Itza, Mayapan, and Uxmal.
And remember, everything is amazing when you have the desire to learn.